What is up, everybody? How's it going? Today, we are going to dive back into the ChatGPT plugins area. I've got a really cool one that I want to show you guys that I was actually shown this past week, and it is the Canva plugin. So real quick, you go into ChatGPT, and you will need a ChatGPT Plus membership because this is in ChatGPT 4, but you can use ChatGPT 4 to enable the Canva plugin. And I was able to just kind of play around a little bit earlier, and I want to show you what that kind of looked like. So obviously, I have a piece of software that we just rolled out called the Systems Accelerator Manager. I named it Sam, and I like the idea of Sam being kind of like a robot, right? Because it is AI based. And so I was playing around with the Canva plugin to see if I couldn't build out like a little mascot logo. So I said, create a robot vector image that can be used as a mascot for some software. Now, with the Canva plugin enabled, it started thinking about all of the different things that I would need, and it started pulling, and then it gave me 3 examples. Now, none of these are really anything special, nor are they really what I was looking for, like mentally envisioning, but it is a really cool thing. Now, something that I did notice, I do spend a decent amount of time in Canva building out YouTube thumbnails, right? And this robot right here, he looks very familiar. So it would appear that Canva is taking the assets that they have within Canva that are already pre-built, and it's kind of pulling them into this plugin and kind of creating it based on what it has. But it is a really cool feature that they've started doing. Now, obviously, you could save these to Pinterest. You can download them, you can click on them. I continued playing. I was trying to see if it wouldn't come up with some better stuff. So I said the third is probably the closest to what I want. I would like the robot to be friendly and futuristic in nature and follow a cartoon-esque design, seeing if maybe I just needed to apply a little bit more refinement into my prompt to get something better. And then again, it popped out pretty well the exact same thing on from the third one on this first regeneration. And then from there, again, some assets that looked familiar to me that I've kind of seen before, but it was, attempting to do that. This is kind of an interesting one, looking at like a vector mind map plugged into like some AI with a robot face. Really interesting idea. It's cool to see how ChatGPT is starting to think about or articulate this. Again, this next one with like a vector-based mapping, this like mental brain mapping concept. And then this third one is almost the closest to what I had envisioned, but it's still, again, not quite right. Again, I'm just playing around at this point, but it is really fascinating to me just to see what it's able to do based on some things. And then from there, I started refining, and it created a couple different things. I don't actually know what happened on the prompt down at the very bottom, but it would appear I can open up inside of Canva some of the different pieces that it created for me, specifically the one that I had referenced in that source. So from there, that takes you directly to Canva, and it gives you a little bit of instruction on how to open that up. But that's really, really fascinating to me. Now, I will... that's kind of the concept, but I will show you within my notebook. This is a Moleskine notebook that I keep. I've talked about this on a couple of my videos, but basically I use it to set up my day for success. But this is kind of the character that I had been mentally imagining, and probably what you guys will see featured inside of the software at some point. I was just curious if Canva, through this plugin, could get me any closer to something like this, or what it would come up with. Maybe it would have come up with something better. Unfortunately, probably not this time, but that was just, about 10 minutes of playing around in Canva with the plugin passively using ChatGPT. But this is just a really cool concept. I think this is another really great plugin within ChatGPT, as well as a feature that you can utilize and leverage. It seems like Canva is really investing into their AI technology and their AI software. So I'd love to see that from a company who is not just throwing AI into their URL or into their mission statement, but actually implementing these things on a really high caliber, really successfully. But I would encourage you to maybe start thinking about how we can use the Canva plugin within ChatGPT to either create real estate assets and images or some other things. I think for me, I am probably going to be diving into the background stuff and see if I can't take this concept, partner up with Canva, and plug it into my software. Something that when I was showing a good friend of mine a couple months back what I was building, he thought it would be really cool to have a creation piece inside of the Systems Accelerator Manager. And that is on my list. I just haven't quite figured out what that looks like or what it's going to do. But that's for another video. But I thought I'd just pop by, show you guys this really cool plugin, this really cool add-on. It seems to be the plugin store is going through a lot of expansion and shrinking pretty consistently. Redfin and oh, there was another real estate specific plugin. Maybe you remember what it is and you can throw it down there. They pushed plugins and they took them back pretty quickly. So I was a little bummed by that. You know, there were some really cool real estate specific things that we could do within them. You know, I guess that's kind of the nature. This is what we were talking about several months ago about AI over the next probably 24 to 36 months. There's just going to be so much change happening as organizations work to build out their own AI models, as well as software like the Systems Accelerator Manager becomes available. And then you have other organizations like Canva who are leaning into ChatGPT, adding in plugins and creating things that can be used inside this infrastructure. But man, this is a really cool concept. So I thought I would share it with you guys. Let me know if you have been playing around with the Canva plugin. And if so, what cool things have you been able to create? I'd love to know in the comments. And other than that, this one's a pretty quick one, but I will talk to you guys very soon.